Lies they keep telling us about CERN. Researchers and scientists are gatekeeping like it's going out of style. And frankly, people are sick and tired of the half-truths dished out to us every single damn day. Look, we're done bringing kiddie gloves to the fight. Now it's time to throw on the heavy Tyson gloves and stand by ready to pound some lies into rock-solid truths. Because at that underground facility, they're sitting on a goldmine of unlimited power and capability. The fact the facility can generate trillions of volts is ridiculously insane and dangerous. Their secret source are the particle accelerators, like that Large Hadron Collider, which are beams of protons that accelerate to 13.6 tera-electron volts, TeV. So yeah, they're easily pushing past trillion volts of electrical power. What in hell are they looking to obliterate besides smashing charged particles day in and day out? With that said, there was talk about CERN in Session 4. So even though the mainstream media has been telling us the researchers and scientists have been smashing energy particles together all day long, although some employees claimed the possibility of a portal being opened beneath the facility, leaving many to believe beings are able to pass between other dimensions to and from ours, and vice versa. It frames CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research, as shrouded in mystery, with the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, as the potential culprit for opening doorways to parallel universes. Yeah, I had to come back to CERN. It's just insane what it could be used for, hence you saw the title pointing out the elite. So it's time to get to the nitty-gritty with this topic matter, so let's dive in. Okay, I'm starting off with a video I saw on the channel Beyond Discovery, and their video that caught my attention was titled "Physicist Just Reported There's a Portal Underneath CERN Where Multidimensional Beings Come Out." It's one of those classic CERN deep dive pieces that mixes science with some speculation. No, the details given will hook most viewers from square one. As for the topic matter itself, it's talking about the other possibilities than just smashing particles at CERN. The deeper focus of course comes off quite conspiratorial when bringing up things like hidden portals being opened under the facility. And the more plausible aspect is the supposed letting beings or unknown entities slip from other dimensions into our world. Okay, that right there sounds like straight up sci-fi. But they say some physicists and researchers are stating the claim. Well, look like this session is gonna hit like a runaway locomotive, without any brakes to stop the train. Oh well, that may be the case. And I wouldn't have it any other way. No, let's toss in some of the basics surrounding the facility. Most you'll already know that CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, sits on the French-Swiss border with the Large Hadron Collider, this massive 27-kilometer ring underground where they accelerate particles to near light speed and smash them together. The official goal is studying the universe's building blocks, like the Higgs boson, dark matter, and early Big Bang conditions. The video points out that these high-energy collisions recreate extreme stuff not seen since the universe's start, and some folks wonder if that's opening temporary doorways to parallel dimensions or other realms. From there, it gets into the weird reports. Workers and anonymous sources allegedly talk about shadowy creatures, unexplained power glitches, strange breakdowns, and odd sightings around the site, especially at night. There's mention of that 2016 viral clip of what looked like some kind of ritual or ceremony outside the offices. CERN called it a joke by staff, but it added fuel for people already suspicious. If you want to check more of that out, then here's a link you can type into YouTube's search box on the net. Just make sure to pause the video stream so you can do so. That's disturbing ritual at CERN, shocking 2016 footage revealed. The idea is that these high-energy experiments could blur the lines between our reality and others, letting entities through that might not even be visible or follow our physics rules. On the multidimensional beings side, the video brings up string theory and ideas from physics about extra dimensions beyond our normal 3D space plus time. If beings from those places exist, they could be made of different energy or matter, making them hard to detect unless they want to be seen. Shadowy apparitions near CERN get tied into this. Are they visitors crossing over? It speculates CERN might be hesitant to talk about it publicly because of panic or backlash, and that current tech just can't catch these events clearly yet. Stephen Hawking gets referenced too. He repeatedly warned that the LHC, Large Hadron Collider, could create micro-black holes or mess with forces we don't fully control, potentially dangerous on a big scale. The video uses that to say we're playing with stuff beyond our understanding, even if mainstream scientists say the risks are overblown and nothing catastrophic has happened. It also floats ways we might prove a portal exists someday, weird particle behavior that breaks known rules, gravitational distortions, or better detectors picking up anomalies that don't fit standard models. Towards the end, it acknowledges CERN's official line, it's all pure science. Open collaboration with thousands of researchers worldwide, no secret agendas. But the video leaves you with the question, what if some of the data anomalies and strange results are hinting at something much bigger? Are we ready for whatever might be on the other side? It's classic conspiracy storytelling. Take real impressive tech, add theoretical physics, mix in unverified sightings and rumors, and it feels intriguing even if unproven. No pulling in some details from the spiritual tarot side. Like what channels such as Chavi Zane Tarot Investigator talk about with CERN. She's into deeper esoteric and awakening topics, and folks in that space often view CERN as more than a physics lab, possibly a tool for manipulating energies, consciousness, or even opening gateways on spiritual levels. In these circles, it's sometimes seen as tied to rituals, timeline shifts, or summoning forces through advanced tech that blends science with occult-like intentions. She takes an interesting approach digging up insightful details about CERN's inner workings. Definitely drop by her channel to check out her tarot card analysis videos. The LHC's ring and magnetic fields are compared to ancient symbols or energy wheels that could affect reality itself, not just particles. Chavi-style readings and investigators in this niche often link it to broader ideas like breaking veils between dimensions, influencing collective consciousness, or even connecting to ancient knowledge and entities. They might say the collisions aren't random, they generate conditions that could let interdimensional or non-human intelligences interact more easily, whether intentional or as a side effect. It's framed as part of a bigger spiritual battle or awakening process, where tech like this accelerates changes in our reality, for better or worse depending on who's directing it. No hard proof in the mainstream sense, but it resonates with people exploring tarot, energy work, and hidden histories. Overall, the original video and these spiritual takes paint CERN as potentially groundbreaking in ways that go beyond textbooks, maybe opening portals, letting beings through, or shifting our understanding of reality. Skeptics and actual physicists push back hard, saying extra dimensions are math models, not stargates, and no evidence shows beings crossing over or cover-ups. The LHC has run for years with public results, and any real discovery would be huge news in science journals, not just YouTube. Still, it's fascinating to explore because it mixes the cutting edge of physics with that ancient human curiosity about what's really out there. So from an overall perspective of what's taking place at CERN, honestly, only time will tell. The scientists and engineers have been warned about the potential repercussions that come when conducting this type of extreme high level of energy. Messing around with 13 trillion volts or more is flat out dangerous. It reminds me of Mike Markham's story, if it's even true, but he too experimented with high-level voltage. In fact, Markham's story landed right smack dab on Coast to Coast radio show. The host of the show, Art Bell, went on to ask Markham a series of questions as to how he generated so much electrical power to transport objects through an invisible portal. According to Markham's calls to Art Bell, his prototype consisted of a modified Jacob's ladder, a laser pointer, and a high-voltage magnetic coil. He claimed that when he fired up the machine, a shimmering heat ripple or vortex void formed right above it. He tossed a small sheet metal screw into the shimmering void. Instead of just falling straight down, the screw supposedly vanished and materialized a few feet away, with a noticeable time delay. As the story grew, he claimed tools, nuts, and bolts thrown into the field were getting thrown decades into the past or tossed 50 to 100 feet into his yard or nearby fields, before Markham ever attempted to step into the machine himself. The legend says he accidentally test ran it on a live subject, a cat. As the rumor goes, the cat walked into the active field, vanished into the void, and reappeared nearby unharmed, though allegedly very confused. Depending on which version of the late-night forum lore you read, the cat was either his own pet or a stray. But it became the Schrödinger's cat moment of his timeline machine setup. Then came the absolute nuts of the story. After listeners donated legal transformers, capacitors, and cash so he could build a man-sized rig, Markham went off the grid around 1997. He later called back into the show claiming that he had finally powered the full rig on and stepped inside. He claimed the machine materialized him in a field in Ohio, roughly 800 miles away from his Missouri home, and 2 years into the future. He claimed he later woke up with amnesia, cold, confused, and holding only a cell phone-like device. But, you see, this was the power of storytelling by Art Bell. He was pioneer at making bullshit smell like gold. And lastly, a similar stories mentioned surrounding CERN have exploded online over the last few years. Most are fueled by a mix of online hoaxes, misinterpreted physics terms, and viral whistleblower claims. An example of that for the Seeing Beings and Portals claim was a Swiss public health researcher named Dr. Astrid Stuckelberger, who was not an actual CERN employee, though she claimed to have insights. In several viral interviews, she asserted that CERN was harboring secret portal tech where entities were allegedly passing back and forth beneath Geneva. The internet ran wild with this, connecting it to the myth that the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, operates 17 main portal sites. This caused total confusion based on the 27-kilometer ring size or the different experiment sites along the accelerator line. Then came reports of employees seeing shadow figures standing in hallways or at a distance early in the morning, a classic internet creepypastas. Much like the classic backrooms or SCP Foundation lore, internet creators love setting horror stories inside CERN because the actual facility consists of thousands of yards of sterile, dimly lit underground concrete tunnels. When real physicists at CERN talk about ghosts in the machine, they aren't talking about shadow people, they are usually referring to 4D ghosts or phase space resonances. In accelerator physics, a ghost is a mathematical term for invisible magnetic structures that pull particle beams off course. Naturally, the internet took the term capturing 4D ghosts and turned it into literal paranormal activity. But, at the end of the day, we all know this comes down to having actual factual visual proof in the form of video, and without that, the majority of what was just mentioned will come off as sci-fi fairytale channel perceived fiction more than fact. Alright, that's enough looking into this. It's time to see what you think about CERN's capabilities. Is it just cool science? Or is something more going on underground? Drop your thoughts below. And I'll catch you in the next one. So if you liked what you saw and heard today about this informative topic matter, then smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to Mind Blast Mechanics, where we dive deep into the observations that matter. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have a question to be answered, don't miss our next video, so make sure to tap that bell. Thanks for watching.